The Bering Sea, a place that appears on world maps as nothing more than a cold, empty patch of blue. But to Alaska's fishermen, it isn't just a sea, it's an arena. Out here, every 50-foot wave feels like a punch from nature. Every 100-kilometer-h gust is a warning that says, if you're weak, don't come in. In this cold that can crack steel and freeze cables solid within minutes, there are still people who willingly charge straight into the heart of the storm, not because they enjoy danger, but because deep beneath those waters, hidden in the darkness hundreds of meters below, lies a blazing red treasure called king crab, the crown jewel of the entire ocean. A treasure so valuable that just one fishing season can bring a single boat more than $2 million, something that has been documented for years. And today, we follow one of the boldest journeys of all, 50,000 king crabs, caught, transported, and processed into a shipment worth tens of millions of dollars. From the moment the boat leaves port, the Bering Sea seems to sense their arrival. The calm surface is nothing but a deceptive greeting, because out here, no one trusts peace. Bering always has its own way of reminding people that they are stepping into its territory. On the deck, crew members move steel pots weighing more than 130 kilograms, stacked in long rows like walls of metal. Each pot is a promise, but whether it contains treasure or nothing, they won't know until later. So they wait for hours in sub-zero cold, surrounded by storm and waves. Every hook is checked, every cable is tested. The radar system is fine-tuned down to the smallest detail, because in the white hell of the Bering Sea, being off by just a few meters can cost the entire season. And then, like a familiar opening ritual, the massive pots are pushed off the deck one by one, plunging into the sea like metal blocks disappearing into darkness. The winch cables tighten, screeching like metal straining under the weight of the ocean. They drop hundreds of these pots. Each one is a gamble, and the Bering Sea is the most unpredictable opponent. wind starts howling like a scream, waves as tall as ice walls slam against the hull, making even a multi-ton vessel shudder. Seawater washes onto the deck and instantly turns into a thin sheet of ice, making every step a life or death risk. Out here, there is no golden window to save a man. Anyone who falls into this water almost never comes back. The winch turns and the cable tightens. Each centimeter pulled feels like a heartbeat tightening in the chest. Then, through the foaming waves, the first pot rises, full of king crabs, giant red crabs, nearly a meter long, thrashing so hard they rattle the steel cage. But there's no stopping. They have to keep pulling, pot after pot. Their hands shake from the cold, but they hold onto the lines anyway. The storm isn't letting up, and the hunt for king crab cannot stop. Finally, after hours of fighting the waves, hundreds of pots filled with king crab cover the deck. The smell of salt water mixed with metal and the wind's shrill whistle creates a chaotic symphony, a soundtrack only for those who risk everything to chase treasure. But the battle at sea is only half the journey. They still have to bring these crabs back alive, healthy, and in perfect condition to create a shipment worth $12 million. Because king crab is so sensitive that if it lacks oxygen for just a few minutes, it dies. Every dead crab is hundreds of dollars lost to the wind. As soon as the boat heads toward port, the preservation process begins. Huge seawater tanks are continuously chilled to 0 to 2 degrees Celsius. Oxygen pumps blast nonstop, bubbling life into the treasure. When the boat reaches port, fleets of refrigerated trucks are waiting. Crates of crabs are unloaded, marked with QR codes for traceability, and transferred straight into trucks kept at 0 to 2 degrees Celsius. Each crab is kept in cold, oxygenated water to ensure it survives the trip to luxury restaurants in New York or Paris. The trucks leave the harbor, heading for Alaska's largest processing center, where even stricter procedures await. From the moment the first crate enters the plant, every crab goes through 3 inspections: its strength, leg reaction, and claw pull, its shell condition, color, hardness, and thickness, its number of legs, whether any are missing or broken. Those that fail are separated for lower value processing. Here, precision comes first. No gut feeling, no good enough. From the inspection tables, the king crabs move into sorting. This step decides what product they will become. The biggest, healthiest, most reactive ones are placed into giant artificial seawater tanks, massive pools that mimic the real ocean, kept at 0 to 2 degrees Celsius, with continuous oxygen flow. These become premium live seafood, sought after by Japanese and Korean restaurants willing to pay extremely high prices for crabs still kicking. In the freezing section, the temperature is harsher than the sea itself. Cold air at 40 degrees Celsius blasts out of high-pressure freezing chambers. Here, crab meat portions move along conveyor belts and are flash frozen within minutes, locking in sweetness, texture, and natural color, matching the speed freeze technology used for Maine lobsters bound for the world's strictest markets. After freezing, everything moves to packaging, where robots and people work together like a single machine. Vacuum-sealed bags are closed, QR codes added, and all products moved into cold storage. From being hauled out of a Bering Sea storm to enduring dozens of meticulous processing steps, the king crab finally enters the world it belongs to, one of luxury golden lights and cultures that treat seafood as a ritual of prosperity. In Korea, king crab is the star of high-end seafood restaurants. People pick heavy, lively crabs. And right before the customer's eyes, the king crab is turned into 3 or 4 dishes: steamed, grilled, crab porridge. A meal can cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars, but to them, it's an experience of status. But behind the glamorous lights, the value of king crab lies in something most people never see: the sacrifice. It's the sweat and blood of fishermen, the skin-cutting cold, the ships tossed by blizzards, and the sleepless nights filled with the sound of screaming wind and groaning cables. And out in the Bering Sea, another story is quietly unfolding, not flashy, not loud, but urgent. In recent years, king crab populations have dropped sharply. Warmer seasons have altered their natural shelters. Food sources have changed. Their life cycles disrupted. Scientists warn that losing just half the harvest in a single season could shake $1 billion seafood industry, something Alaska and Maine have already experienced, where declines once devastated entire fishing communities. Metal pots that once covered the seafloor are now heavily restricted. The Alaska government enforces strict rules. Only adult male crabs may be caught. Female crabs with eggs are completely banned. Pot limits are drastically reduced, and entire fishing grounds can be shut down when necessary. These aren't just regulations. They're the final attempt to protect the king of crabs before it's too late.